Rub-a-dub-dub, three men in a tub.
Bonjour, aujourd'hui nous parlons de France.
That what?
Sorry?
That was French, but we're talking about France today. France we're talking about today.
Oh, okay. Did you research that all week, thinking that's how we're gonna open the show?
No.
Well, just off the top of your head, was it?
Parlez français, oui.
I reckon that was pre-recorded.
I got a French bloke in.
Did you? Yeah, that's where the budget's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for listening.
So,
Bonjour.
Right,
Garlic.
I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you now. Before we started recording, Jordan made a little announcement saying, "Oh, I don't know what to talk about this week, boys." And we went, "Well, it's France, isn't it?" And he went, "Yeah, but I've done no research." I went, "But you know about France?" And he went, "Yeah, big place though, isn't it?"
It is
right.
Pretty big. It's probably it's got to be. Who's moving the mouse? Who's moving the phone? Shut up! Somebody's wrinkling. All I can hear is wrinkling.
I'm guessing it's Aaron.
Yeah,
Well, probably, but go on.
Yeah, that's the one.
It is a pretty big place, isn't it? It's one of the bigger ones in Europe, I reckon. It's up there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you say to someone, name a place in Europe, I reckon France is in the top three.
Yeah.
What if we leave Europe? Are they still in it?
We're not leaving Europe. No,
we're not
it's
leaving Europe, mate.
It doesn't happen like that. You don't get to
This
leave
is why I
for
said let's not
continents.
talk about countries because Jordan's terrible racism comes out.
It's not racist.
No, it's mildly xenophobic at best. Anyway, please let's get off this. Please let's get off this. Please.
So France are one of the Eurovision Big Five.
They are one of the Eurovision Big Five. You're right. Are you a Eurovision fan, Jordan? Are you a Eurovision fan?
I'm done.
What is he?
I'm not talking about Eurovision.
Is he not? Where is he? Is he gone?
I'm back. Sorry.
There he is. He's just gone to read. He's just got to research what Eurovision is.
He's just Google the word.
Oh, I've missed that little bit, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's all right, mate.
Are you a
Don't
fan
worry.
of Eurovision?
Am I a fan of Eurovision?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yes.
Absolutely not. It's boring
What's boring about it?
because it's full of people singing crap songs.
Yeah. That's why it's good.
Yeah. But that's what makes it amazing. I say that as well. That's what makes it brilliant.
Did France win
Well,
it? Not so long ago.
You two are into your singing and all that malarkey, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
What
fair enough.
about? Oh no, Jordan's not into football either. I was going to say France are pretty good. Well, they used to be pretty good at football, didn't they? France.
Yeah, he's good in it, isn't he, Zinedine Zidane?
He was good in his
bold
day.
fella.
Yeah, in his day he was very good. Yeah. Yeah,
They won.
yeah.
They had, didn't they do one of the? There was a
Go on.
cockerel. There was a cockerel. Did they have the World Cup or something? France. There was a cockerel. There was the little logo.
Yeah, 1996 Euros.
It was 98.
96.
It was 90. It was
98.
98. World Cup was 98.
98.
The Euro 96 was in England. France won the World Cup in 98. They won the Euros in 2000.
Yeah. And they
Zidane's
won
the
it
one.
recently as well, didn't they?
Zidane's the one. He's quite a popular meme now, because he headbutted a player on the World Cup final in the chest.
Yeah.
And they've
Is
kind
he
of
dead
used
short?
Is he what? No.
Is he dead short?
No, I think it. No, do you know what this is? Yeah, he was aiming for his nose, but just missed it. No, apparently the other players.
So how do we find this meme then?
Just search for bald man head.
Don't search for that. You'll get some right results.
Search for it. You search for that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to France?
I have.
I've been when I was a lot younger skiing.
Skiing?
Skiing. Went to Kush.
I had no
went
idea
to
you were so
Courchevel.
middle class.
Bit posh for you, that.
Well, to be honest, I've moved on to snowboarding now because skiing's
I
not
could
cool.
just
is it,
imagine
really?
you on the French Alps, just skiing past somebody and going, all right,
Rolling down.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you okay? I'm here, well,
Going-
five.
Going
And
down the hill going, Yuri, cocker!
And everyone else just going,
Hey.
oh my God, who let him in?
See, buggered about it, cockers. They got the wanking head on.
What? What is that?
Every week
What?
it comes out. in one, doesn't it?
me.
I went skiing. I don't think we went skiing in Austria though. I mean, it's the same thing in it, really. Austria, France, same difference in it. Austria's like French,
pretty much the same.
French Germany in it. It's just French Germany. We've
Yeah,
been to France
kinda.
loads and loads and loads. When I was a kid, my dad went through a phase of absolutely being obsessed about France. So we went, 15 times probably, all different.
Wow.
parts of France. We did Paris. We did and did like Euro Disney. Well, as it was then, Euro Disney. And we did, and then we did some of the north of France. We went to Mont Saint Michel and that. Oh, actually, no, I did that with Nicola a couple of years ago. We went to Mont Saint Michel and
Didn't
Dinant
you
and all that.
Didn't you
And
have a
then
lovely
South of France
time?
used to
Didn't you
go.
have a Jonty? Didn't you have a lovely time in Mont Saint Michel?
Not really, mate. I shit myself. That's what you want me to
Yes.
say, isn't it? That's what you want me to say. That's what you want me to say, isn't it? So I'll just come out and say it. I shit myself. No, not terribly.
Tell us the story.
I
What
think you
happened?
need to elaborate. Go on, we'll shut up now. Go, Jonty.
There wasn't much of a story. Like, it wasn't like when I say shit myself. People think when people hear shit yourself, you think of like gushing
solid-
it out. Like, no. It
Oh, in your pants.
It was a nugget. It was a nugget. But I was walking along in Mont Saint Michel and I thought, oh, this is lovely. It's very cultural. I'm gonna have a little fart, and and I had a little fart and. I thought, oh,
Malteser came out.
it's not meant to have lumps in, is it? This. So I ended up having to take go to the bathroom and take my kegs off and chuck my undies away and went commando for the rest of the day around Mont Saint Michel. That was all. It was only 10 minutes out of a day. 10 minutes out of the whole lovely day it was.
So somewhere in Mont Saint Michel, there's a pair of your boxies with a little nugget of poo-poo in it.
Well, I can't imagine there is any more. Like this was 3 years ago. I probably emptied the bins.
You can only see him when snow melts, though.
There's French everywhere here.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Well, you being in Canada, there's loads of the French there, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, not really where we live. You don't hear it much, but all the like anything you buy in the shops is all everything's got written on English and then in French underneath.
I didn't know
there's
that.
a fella,
That's very interesting.
It's like they have two languages. They're over on the east side of the country where Quebec and all that they all speak it, but here it's not so much. One day a week, Xander's nursery is in French. Like they all speak French for the day. But apart from that, there ain't really much going on. But there's a I was listening on the news the other day. There was a French guy, well, Quebecois, that's a Canadian French guy, and he goes round like suing companies or whatever for not having the French written out on signs and stuff.
Oh wow!
And basically makes a living. It's like a get rich slow scheme. This guy just goes round and sues somebody and gets like 20 grand, and like next year he'll go and fight. And he's just done it to an airline because get this, on the airplane, on the door that you can't open, that you shouldn't open. There's always a door that's like and it's got like one of them big levers on or whatever, and it's got a sign saying here's what you need to do. And so every now and again you end up sitting next to it on the plane and you shit yourself the whole flight thinking, oh fucking hell, what if I have to actually put?
Yeah.
Imagine having somebody that's got, because I'd fuck it up. I'd pull it and the handle would come off or something. I know I would.
You just sit there and go, sorry guys, sorry team, that's on
You
me.
have to use the other door.
That's John T. That's it. We're all gonna die. So and apparently the signage in English was a little bit bigger than the signage in French, and he sued them for like 50 grand and won.
What?
Because of discrimination. It says because I'm French, I have to.
That's mental.
Squint.
That's ridiculous, that, isn't
But that's what they're like, isn't it, the French? There we go. 9 minutes. Who had 9 minutes?
Nine minutes
just going
in.
back to Xander's nursery then. So they speak French for a day.
Yeah. So every Wednesday.
So what does he do? Does he go on a Wednesday?
He goes a few times a week, yeah. So we'll go on a Wednesday, yeah.
He'll pick it up ridiculously quick at this age.
Yeah,
though,
well,
Jordan.
he's gonna go to French. Like when he goes to school, he'll speak French in school. He'll just be bilingual, I suppose. Just how it is, mate. They're like sponges, aren't they? And to be honest with you, he's 2,
No,
so he
the
only
French-
understands
the
half of
French,
what's said
although-
to him in English. Yeah,
It's true.
you know.
I'm still sure mine don't understand me now.
Unless you talk while this. But, yeah, no. So on a Wednesday they go and they do all the songs. So on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Thursday and a Friday they sing Slippery Fish, Slippery Fish, and then on a Wednesday they sing Petit Poisson, Petit Poisson.
Petit poisson.
They're good, you know. Petit Poisson. So in the English one, it's a slippery fish, and he swims along, and he gets eaten by an octopus.
Right.
And then the octopus gets eaten by a big tuna fish, and then the tuna fish gets eaten by a shark, and the shark gets eaten by a whale. Right. That's the stock.
Yes, I know that.
It's so much better in French because it's the octopus is a grand requin. How good's that? What a word! And the tuna fish, they don't say tuna fish, they say barracuda. It's just a better language. And then for might be shark actually. I can't remember what octopus.
Well, do you know what? Right, I know it sounds weird, but you've obviously heard of Baby Shark.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one. Now, I remember seeing a video of I think she was a German lady, who was singing like "Kleine Hein, do do do." Have you seen that video of just a lady sat in a chair and she's singing Baby Shark? Well, it's singing the Baby Shark song basically.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm thinking that sounds so much better than some K-pop kids going,
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Yeah,
They're rich though, aren't they?
Very rich. They'll be doing all right then. There'll be a couple of quid behind Jordan now.
For now, hey, until all this there's a load of new stuff going on in YouTube at the minute about making content for kids.
Oh right,
It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. The FTC in America are like, you've got to declare whether it's for kids now because you're not allowed to. It's not necessarily the video's fault. YouTube's fault because they've been showing like targeted ads to kids, and that's against the law.
Right. Okay.
So now you've got to declare your videos for kids or not for kids. So a lot of people up in the air, especially people like that who make those kind of videos, are like, well, we were earning quite a bit of money off these targeted ads, so what's going to happen now?
So why are you not allowed to target ads for kids?
So basically, 20 years ago, when the internet was still rubbish, there was a thing brought in called COPPA, which is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. And basically, it says that you have like cookies. You're sitting there and you have a look on Amazon and you don't buy it, but then you look on Facebook 10 minutes later and there's an advert for it.
Yeah.
That's basically all done by cookies. And what they said is basically you can't have them cookies if you know it's a kid. Basically, you can't because that information is technically private information. So just in the same way that you can't ask a kid for their address or their date of birth, you can't sort of store information on what they've looked at because that's their information, it's their private stuff. You see,
makes perfect sense to me.
So
right, see, I thought it were more like, obviously when the kids are watching YouTube, if an advert pops on, you want it to be sort of child friendly and not.
Yeah. No, it isn't that because they've already had
big dildo advert or something.
What channel do you watch? What do you watch on YouTube when that pops up?
Where you've ever had
I don't
a
watch
dildo?
YouTube. I don't want. It's not YouTube, is it? It's you porn.
Yeah.
Well, you've moved on to a completely different thing. I love how 15 minutes ago we started with Jonty speaking French, and now Jordan's talking about toys and.
Can I just say about you're on about these cookies and all that lot and devices listening to you and everything.
Yeah.
Right. This morning I got an email from Amazon.
Yeah.
And I swear I've not searched for any of this. But
You're on
at the moment. Right, at the moment, the dog's getting old, right? And it's pretty gross, but in the morning, I'd say every other morning, it shits on the floor in the kitchen, which is tiled, so we can bleach it. right? So we can bleach the floor, which is fine. But I got an email off Amazon this morning. Guess what's at the top of the list for
dog shit?
things you might like to buy. Reusable dog nappies.
You didn't let me guess.
Reusable dog nappies.
Right.
Sorry. And then there's a coffee machine, and then a pen, and then some microfiber cloths. How bizarre is that?
I love the detail.
I like the fact that and then.
But how does it now? How does it? Do you think Alexa knows that the dog shits on floor every morning?
Does it say?
No,
does it say,
but I
does it
do
say,
know that you put a thing on Facebook the other day saying that your dog's getting on.
That's true. Actually.
Yeah, but I didn't say shits on floor. So why is it throwing that up?
Doesn't matter, does it? It's flagged up. Old dog. You can't teach a dog old dog new shits. Thank you.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
But I only got that email this morning though. So
Yeah.
why is that throwing it up from a week ago or something?
I don't. So you've gone from saying it doesn't know anything to saying how come it took a week to know it.
All right. Well, how did it take a week to know it?
I don't know. It all goes through this.
Well,
I'll be honest with you.
It's weird, isn't it?
Okay, so right.
It shocked me.
Well, I feel a bit left out now because I haven't got a story where either me or a pet has shat itself.
Have you tried any French food?
Yes. Now, because I've recently come back from Disneyland Paris, and they have
spend an absolute fortune.
Well, yeah, but not. I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, really. Not shockingly much. I don't buy into this where people say, "Oh, it's so expensive." Like Disneyland Paris is very. It can be done on a bit of a budget if you get your meal plans right.
Did you get the train? Did you get the train there? Did you? Or...
No. Do you know what? No. Do you know what? It worked out cheaper to fly.
Oh yeah.
It worked out cheaper to fly.
Peter Pan.
With
think
Peter
around your
Pan.
thoughts.
You can fly. You can fly. You can fly. Yeah. So we we flew over and then got just hired like a cab to get us from the airport to Disney, and it was still cheaper than getting trains and all this type of stuff.
Do they not have the Magical Express in France?
They do, but again, it just worked out cheaper for us to get the plane over and everything. So anyway, we went to one of the restaurants to go and have a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're going over there, you've got to meet Mickey, and I
didn't realise you were such a big deal, Aaron, that people wanted to meet you.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Please tell me this story ends that Mickey Mouse has shit himself.
little pebbles.
Forget it. You don't get to hear it now. It's fine.
No, go on.
Sorry.
Yeah, you had some French toast. Go on. Tell us how you had French toast.
Anyway, we went into one of the restaurants there called Inventions.
Yeah.
And it's a buffet restaurant, a buffet place, and they have.
What's the French word for buffet?
I would say
buffet.
Food on a plate, food on a table.
Yeah.
Food on a table. Yeah, that was the joke, Jordan. Jesus, so yeah, but they had snails.
Oh yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm going to try them, aren't I? Some of them escargots.
Yeah.
And that's the most French food I've really had is snail. I've tried snails, escargot. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have a plate of them, but
salty, bit chewy.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of like it didn't taste of it. I think with a lot of foods, a lot of it is the getting your head around the fact of what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, it's a snail!" And we see snails as those things you've accidentally stood on. When you've had to go outside, put the bin out in your bare feet.
Eat your plants.
Yeah, that as well. But yeah,
Jordan doesn't accidentally step on him.
No.
Yeah, serial killer in the making.
Goes looking for him.
I pour all that blue stuff down to kill him.
Blue stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like little blue tablets stuff because they eat your plants.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
I like my gardening.
I thought you were back on porn again. Chuck out, find some old mags. But yeah, so I tried some escargot, and like I say, it wasn't. I wouldn't go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have a plate of that. But it was all right. It was okay.
I quite like them. I'd have them as like a starter, I suppose, or something. Frog's legs, I had frog's legs once when I was a kid. They were fine. Tasted like chicken.
Yeah, that's what you hear.
It's kind of like a chicken wing, really. It was kind of like a chicken wing.
Just a thin one.
Same sort of size.
It sounds awful, though, doesn't it?
No, see, it doesn't to me, because I can't see like how people can curl their nose up at frog's legs but happily eat pork scratchings, you know? Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's all animal, it's all meat, it's all cooked, it's all clean. You know? Like, how is frog's legs or snails any different to haggis or faggots?
Cow's arse.
I should probably point out to people who are out of England, because I had this last week. Faggots are like a fatty meatball in England. It's not a homophobic term.
A fatty meatball.
That's what that's a faggot, in it. What else? It's a fatty meatball, in it.
No, it is. Yeah, it's like a yeah. Do you know what? I like them though.
My favourite thing about France. Was a place. It wasn't too far from Disney, I don't think, and it was called Futuroscope.
Oh, right.
And it was the theme park, but there was no rides in it.
Right.
What was the theme? Shite.
It was a theme park. There's no rides in it, but all there was different cinemas. Right. So there was like an IMAX type
4D
cinema.
ones.
Yeah. So there was like a 4D one, and then there was like an IMAX one. But this was years before IMAX was a thing. Like, you couldn't just go down the Odeon.
It sounds like you've just gone to like a cinemaplex.
No.
And someone said, "Oh yeah, it's a theme park."
No.
Like, oh, is it?
Full on massive theme park, and they all had their own buildings that you could go in, like these pavilions. And there was one that was like, like 360, like 12 so screens all the way around. And there was one that was on the floor that you could walk on and stuff. And it was absolutely boss. It was well good. Futuroscope. I think it's still there. It's the best thing I've ever done in France.
Boss means good.
But bossed means bro. It's weird, isn't it? But bossed in means good as well.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's weird. Yeah.
But no, it was dead good, but Futuroscope.
Yeah.
I haven't really got much else good to say about France, to be honest.
This is the thing as well, isn't it? I don't know, maybe this is a thing of maybe upbringing, or I don't know, but in England anyway, the French just don't have a good name for themselves, do they?
Yeah, but that's like you said. I don't think it's actually up down to the French. I think it's down to the.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's what I mean. And like I say, you don't know why really, because you think there's nothing you can think of where you go that's why. Because if you do like a stereotypical French person, to a lot of Brits, a French person wears a beret, a string of onions around the neck, a stripy top, and smokes cigarettes in the streets of Paris, scowling at people.
On a bicycle, I've always thought about that stereotype. I think about this stereotype a lot, Beret, fine. Stripy top, fine. Bicycle, cigarette, fine. Why have they got onions around the neck?
Because they put onions in every meal, don't they?
So, yeah, but I put mushrooms in every meal, but I don't wear them around my neck.
Don't you? Well, what's that?
They're Gamaldi, weren't they?
I put soy sauce in every meal.
Yeah, checking your pants.
I just don't understand the onions around there. Like, even holding an onion, I'd give that. Like, just sitting there chewing on an onion. Why are they around the neck?
Do you know what? I actually don't know. But I've just got up because I'm using that thing called the internet here, and the question is, why we think the French all wear berets and carry onions? So the answer is, if you asked them, I get that. I want to know. Oh, that's weird. Go. Okay, so here we go.
Live research right here.
Here we go.
Is there any adverts for dog nappies?
Funnily enough, there isn't. There. Funnily enough, just a pop up here saying "shit yourself often."
Onion Johnny on Wikipedia.
Yeah, French onion Johnnies. What's this?
Oh yeah, it's a horrible flavour. That's normally strawberry or banana, aren't they?
I don't get it. Do you know what? I don't think it's that they wear the onions around their neck. I think it's just that the French, I'm assuming, are known for their production of onions by the look of it anyway.
Yeah. Onion soup.
Basically, in the early 1900s and that, the French were selling like 9,000 tons of onions to the Brits. So that's purely where it comes from. The same as
no. But you're missing my point. I get it. I get that they're associated with onions. I get that we have French onion soup and all that. But why are they wearing them round their necks? That's the bit I don't get. That's the bit that keeps me up at night. Why? Why do we think, them French, they love their onions, they've always got them round their necks? Why? Who thought of that?
Well, I don't know.
A bit of an onion necklace, not wrong with that.
It's like, Americans always got steak and like casinos around their neck. Like, I don't... Why it's around their neck? Weirds me out.
Do you have a favourite French person?
I like. Do you know? I don't know if I've really got a person who's French that I'm a fan of. Oh yeah. There's a magician called David Stone. He's French, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's not known at all. That's something that if you're not aware of who he is, Google him because he's that good.
He might be known in France a lot now because he was on France's Got Talent, weren't he?
Oh, was he? Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he do all right?
So it might be quite well known about that. I think he did. Yeah, I think he got to the semi-finals.
Really
I don't know.
Other than that, French.
Very good.
I don't know. Pepe Le Pew, he was pretty good.
Well, I've got it right.
Stinks him though, doesn't he? Stinks.
Again.
French, isn't he?
That's why he wears onions in it. I've got up here 10 fabulously famous French people.
All right. Is this the guy at Paw Patrol put this list together?
Well, kind of. Yeah.
Famous
Do you want me
French.
I'll do it like the charts that they do on the radio stations. All right. In at number 10 is a brand new entry for Pepe Le Pew. He's in the top 10 there. Yeah.
Is it top?
No, he's number 10. Number 9 is Marion Cotillard, who's an actor, singer.
She was a actress, yeah.
She won an Oscar.
See if we know who they are. See if we know who they are when you read them out. Come on.
Number 8 is Zinedine Zidane.
Oh yeah, bald footballer. Go on.
Yep.
Yeah, go sports.
Number 7, Andre the Giant.
Was he French? Was he?
Yeah. Well, clearly.
Yeah. He was a wrestler come actor.
He was in Princess Bride, wasn't he?
Diaries. Princess Bride. That's it.
Princess Bride. 6 is Bridget Bardot.
Another actress.
Yeah. 5 is Coco Chanel.
Oh, it girl, I guess.
4.
Smelly stuff,
Louis
not
Vuitton.
onions.
Coco Chanel's the perfume and that in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was. I think it was just named after her. I don't think she come up with it, did she? She was just like an it.
No. She was. It was a fashion thing. It was her. She started it all off. Yeah. 4 is Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Jordan will know all that.
He's the guy off of the dancer, isn't he?
That's Louis Spence.
Troupe guy. Oh,
that's Louis Spence. It's a different one. Number 3 is Napoleon Bonaparte. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Not
a short man.
Not a short man. Where does he keep his armies?
Up his sleeveys.
You were slow then.
Number 2. We've got 2 more to go. Number 2, this is how random this is. Bear in mind, number 10 was Pepe Le Pew. Bear in mind, number 10, Pepe Le Pew. And number 2, Nostradamus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know the one who predicted everything. Well, apparently so, yeah.
I know he was French.
And top of the list, go on, who do you think the most famous French person is of all time?
Famous Marie Antoinette.
No.
Joan of Arc.
Jordan gets the points. Well done.
Oh my God.
It was Joan of Arc. My God. Only 19 years alive, and she's top of the list.
I can't, but that's a really, really random list, that, innit?
Isn't it just... Well, that's what I mean when you go from, any list that has Pepe Le Pew, Zinedine Zidane, Andre the Giant, and Joan of Arc. It's like someone's been really drunk and said, who would your dinner guests be?
Who's French?
Name...
The British equivalent of that would be Mr. Ben, the Queen, Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. Ours would be Mr. Ben, Wayne Rooney for your footballer, Big Daddy for your wrestler, Lord Nelson, he could be in there, and then like an old historical person,
Old Spice.
That's yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mr. Old Spice.
He was the sixth member, wasn't he? The Spice Girl didn't get in.
The one he was the agent. Never saw him much, did you? I like some French names. French names are good. Zinedine Zidane's good. Jacques Chirac. That's a good French name, innit?
So you kind of like names that either rhyme or is that what you're after? Is that what you mean?
Rhyme or a bit of a.
Sounds like something you do when you go to. Sounds like something you do when you go to the toilet.
What, Jacques Chirac?
Good old Jacques Chirac. Yeah.
They've had a bit of. I mean, we're talking to you from the end of 2019. They had a bit of trouble on that, though, didn't they? The French this year, didn't they? Like the people kicking off or something.
They're always kicking off. That I've never known them strike. They're like bloody firefighters. They're always on strike. Or
they are terrible, aren't they? They are. Isn't that right, Jordan?
True.
There you go.
Yeah. We got stuck. We were driving one time from the south of France up to I don't want to say Bruges. It was somewhere in Belgium, and we were meant to get there for like 2:00 in the afternoon, and we got there at like 3 a.m. because we were stuck on the motorway, Le motorway. Because they were setting fire to tyres and stuff on the motorway because they were kicking off about something.
What?
Oh, I can't remember what it was they were doing. They made like a tyre fence, like a tyre wall, and set it on fire. But they're always doing it. They did what's didn't they? There's no such things as tyre clamping in France, is there? Do you know this?
I didn't know.
So what do they do?
Yeah, well, they brought it in. They bought clamps in, for bad parking or whatever.
Right.
And the entirety of France, as one man, just if they ever saw a tyre clamped, they'd go and buy some super glue and fill the lock with super glue, so that even if it wasn't their car, so that the clamp company had to come and remove it properly and everything. And after a few months, they were like, all right, forget it, we won't clamp cars then because. That's
a good idea. I thought you were going to say that they all turned up with a pair of bolt cutters and chopped it off.
Yeah, no. They all just filled the locks with super glue so that they couldn't get them unlocked no matter what. And eventually they were like, all right, forget it. We won't do clamping.
People power it's a huge
big thing in France. Yeah.
It is. It's a huge thing in France that the people. Kind of do get together and go, right, no, we're not having this. Like I know in England we'll have like the odd little march or something going on in Westminster and stuff. You might get the odd little protest or whatever, or someone will do a little Facebook petition that they just made up, whatever. But in France they go, or we could just go out and start burning stuff. They'll soon listen.
Yeah, they go full on, don't they? They it's news there in France if there isn't a march one day.
News at 10 headlines. Nothing happened today. It's a bit worrying.
Headlines today is Paris pretty quiet actually. Paris is. You want to go to Paris? Yeah. Pretty quiet actually. Do you know the word saboteur?
We're about to clean the streets.
Saboteur comes from the word sabotage comes from famously French people revolting against. It was shoemakers when they started automating shoemaking processes. They all the sort of clog makers, went and threw clogs into the machines, and the French word for clogs is sabout.
Wow, that's a nice.
Did you know this, or have you Googled it?
I haven't Googled it for this episode, but I mean, I wasn't born with the knowledge. Like at some point, I've learned it. But I've done no research for the episode. No, I'm just thinking of stuff that
I haven't. No, this is what I'm just.
I've just read a book, Jordan. Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean?
A what?
Like a DVD, but slower.
Was it George Bush Jr. who famously said on like a thing saying the problem with the French is They don't have a word for entrepreneur.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was a George Bush. That was a George Bush classic one. There's a lot of loan words from France, I guess, isn't there?
I think so. Yeah. The word guillotine.
Actually, I don't know about word. Yeah, because I'm always saying guillotine. I don't know about words so much.
Always
but like phrases. We use a lot of French phrases, don't we? Like raison d'être and objet d'art and. What's the one when you think of something? When you think of something twice,
Deja vu.
Deja vu. Yeah,
Voulez-vous,
Voulez-vous, Voulez-vous, yeah. All right.
Parlez-vous. I got that parlez-vous feeling.
No, it is true. It is true.
What's that one where you think of something twice?
Volavant.
I always have two Volavants.
Voulez-vous.
Hey, here's a good one. Double entendre.
Yeah.
Is not French.
You don't. What? How? Really?
Yeah, it's like a made up. It's a made up phrase. I think that's just meant to sound French. I think.
My word.
I think, or maybe I've made that up. But there's one that's a French, like a phrase that's not really French. It isn't double entendre. I've just googled it. Phrase that isn't French. Hold on.
You just googled double entendre and it's gone definitely French.
Yeah, 100%. Oh fucking hell! Double entendre is well French.
And I love the fact that he's Googled saying phrases that aren't French. So all he's got on his screen now is, hello, how are you? Pleased to meet you.
I'm going to find it. Hold on. French phrase that isn't French. French phrases that... No, that's not it.
It sounds like you're doing a really bad tongue twister. five French phrases.
French saying that isn't French. I'm going to find it. Ce n'est pas français. Just give me the Google Translate for that isn't French.
You're a fan of of French films, aren't you, John T?
I like some French cinema. Yeah.
Chocolate. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Chocolate's a good one. Yeah.
It's the other one? That French? Emily.
Yeah. Emily. Yeah.
Leon.
Emily. Leon. Yeah, Leon's boss.
Yeah, Leon's dead good, isn't it?
Leon's brilliant film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leon's dead good. Is that the fella in Da Vinci Code, isn't it? It is, yeah.
Yeah. I can't think what his fella's name
I'm still
is
trying
now.
to find this phrase.
Yeah.
One of the things that has come up is you do know that they don't really say ho he ho he ho when they laugh.
Do they not?
Maybe that's the one Johnny was thinking of.
But they do say bon 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 all the time.
That was the one I was thinking of, yeah.
That is ha.
Yeah, but Le Fabuleux Destin d'Amélie Poulain is my favourite movie of all time. Yeah, I love it. And I tell you what, other ones are dead good as well. They were called I think they were called Precinct 13, I think, and they were like parkour movies. They were dead good. They were French.
Oh, I don't know. Jordan, do you have a favourite French film? Do you have a favourite French film, Jordan?
I don't, mate. No.
Emmanuel.
I'd done French in school, so I mean, well, I say I'd done French in school. I mean, we had to take, we had French lessons in school.
Yeah. We had French. Half the school did French and half did German.
Yeah, well, in mine, it's half French, half Spanish, and I really wanted to do the Spanish one because I've got family over in Spain. I thought, well, that'll help because I've got family
in
there.
general, Spanish should be more useful, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would as well.
But I've got we had to learn French. So if we ever go to France, boys, on a little trip, and you are ever interested in knowing where the swimming pool is or the library, I'm your man. So I can tell you which way to go. Left, right. I can order you a ham sandwich with cheese, and if you want to go to a little nightclub at the end, I'm your man to come and see.
You want to tell somebody that you've got two guinea pigs. I'm all over that.
Honestly, if someone needs to know what pet I've got, I can tell them I've got a dog. I can say. I could say I've got
Shen.
Shen. I've got a Shen, not a shat. There you go. There's my shat story.
There you go.
I knew I'd get there in the end.
Knew you'd get one in.
I knew I'd get there in the end. Now, the ballet, that's a French thing, isn't it? Getting all cultural and everything like that now.
I'm not sure it is, I think ballet comes from Russia, doesn't it?
I'd have thought that it was a French thing, purely because all of the words, most of the words in ballet are French. Like a lot of the phrases.
Like the
use.
dances and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like the steps as well. Like even the steps, like a pas de bourrée and a pas de chat. You know what I mean? I think they're. I don't. Do you know what? Maybe I'm wrong here, but maybe it all does come back
right.
to
Pirouette.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. There you go. A bit of culture for you, listener.
Did you do French at school, Jordan? Did you go to school, Jordan?
I'm not even. I think I've gone home. Yeah, we did French at school, but no, I didn't really like French, to be honest.
Come?
I'm with Aaron. I think we should have just done Spanish, because every year I went to Tenerife and to Spain and everything. And then...
Oh yeah, because they're all speaking Spanish in Tenerife, aren't they?
That's like saying,
like
saying, I've got to brush up on my Spanish. I'm going to Benidorm.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck in a Spanish village.
We are lazy, though.
What?
We are lazy as a nation, aren't we?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because English is the language of business, isn't it?
English.
So what's the point? What's the point in learning it? I remember we just walked away from Mont Saint Michel. So at this point in this story, I am still underwearless. Right. And we were in a we just stopped at like a little cafe, or un café in French, and we were just sitting and having a drink, and there was these two fellas who were from, I don't know if it was Austria or somewhere, like not somewhere around there, and they could speak Austrian and they could speak German, and they knew a little bit of French. So in their sort of broken French, they said, can we get a coffee or whatever?
Café au lait.
And the guy heard them sort of struggle through French and started speaking to them in English.
Right.
And then they were trying to say in French, sorry, we don't speak English. If you know German, great. But if not, keep it to just slow French, please. And he said, okay, no problem. I speak English to you. and I had to get up, and in English and broken French and incredibly broken German, trying to explain to this guy that because they can't speak French doesn't mean they're English. So that was fun.
Even though I am.
Yeah. Can you speak to them in either French or, if you want, German? Yeah, so that was fun. It's like the guy, like that fella off of Hello Hello.
The copper.
I was pissing by the window. Do you know what? I didn't realise for years and years. I didn't realise because Hello Hello was on when I was a kid, and I didn't realise that he was meant to be English, speaking French badly. And I just thought he was thick.
Really?
I just thought he was a bit special. Oh, he's funny. That copper who's just a fucking moron.
Isn't it? Right. Hang on. Is that is he French speaking English, or is he English speaking French?
No, they're all French. It's set in France, and all the characters are French.
Well, you say that, John T, but the Apollo 13 isn't set on the moon.
It's because they didn't go to the moon, Aaron, you dickhead. The thing is, they're all French. It's set in a French restaurant, and they're a French family, but they're speaking English with a French accent. And that policeman is an Englishman trying to speak French and speaking it a bit badly.
Right. Okay.
So are you just realising this now at 35?
I'm just listening to little things going, oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Let's be honest, everybody knew that, though, didn't they? In school, everyone would always say good morning.
Good morning. I was just pissing by the window.
Good morning. Pissing by the window. Last night I was heavily bummed by the Germans. That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah. Dear me.
Speaking of things like that, I'm in pantomime this year, and
What?
we're doing Rapunzel. It is. And anyway, there's a baddie in it. There's now my character is the dame, so I'm playing.
You're not Rapunzel.
No,
then,
I'm
are
not.
You?
I'm playing Dotty Dinglebottom.
Repulsive.
Very good. So I'm playing Dotty.
Rapunzel's got hair.
Jordan, shut the cup. Right. So I'm playing Dotty Dinglebottom, and there's a line in the panto where one of the baddie has like a faux German accent, and someone says, she comes on and she goes, "What is going on here? What is going on?" And the Chancellor goes, "Oh, it's nothing to do with me. It's that dastardly Dinglebottom." And she goes, "Ah, yes, I had them once too. Terrible things." And I thought, do you know what? From now on, I love that. A case of the Dinglebottoms. Isn't that a nice thing? I love that. We spoke a lot. We spoke a lot about Germany, haven't we?
How much do you have to rehearse then, Aaron?
Pardon, mate?
Do you do a lot of rehearsal?
Well, yeah, you do. I mean, to be fair, you tend to just like you get the script early, and then it's like a bit of like a once a week rehearsal, couple of music rehearsals, sing a few songs, learn a couple of dance steps, and then I'm all right with. I mean, the part I tend to play is a part that, as much as I do need to learn lines, it's not the end of the world if I don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I forget something...
I'll do it on the night haze, we call him. Aaron, I'll do it on the night haze.
Exactly. I can quite happily...
It'll be right.
Well, it's perfectly acceptable for me to stand there and say, I have no idea what I'm meant to say now. I've done it before in the past. I remember years ago, I forgot my words, completely forgot them, and walked off stage, walked back on stage with a script, flicked through it, went, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it now, yeah." Put the script back down and then carried on with the scene, and no one cares.
My favourite ever panto gag. My favourite ever panto gag is where the dame comes on and says, "I've been shopping, boys and girls. I've been shopping. Oh, I've had a terrible time. I went into Selfridges.
Yeah,
they don't even sell fridges. I went into Curry's. They don't even sell curries.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Virgin Megastores." And that joke was topical about 15 years ago. When did the last Virgin Megastore close?
It's so odd, yeah. I love a good panto joke, but
it always makes me think about in Harrogate, where your nan lives, Aaron. There's a house agency called Blacks, isn't there?
Yes.
Like a letting agency. Yeah. So there's signs all around Harrogate that just says Blacks for sale.
Honestly.
Oh my God, that's
I know they're a bit old-fashioned in Harrogate, but my word.
Honestly, I mean, like it's, and the thing is, no one in Harrogate sees the issue. Because I remember driving past that with my nan, going, "Nan, that sign." She goes, "Oh yeah, well they're the estate agents round here." I was like, "Well, okay. Surely that needs to be worded. Change the name or something. Do something. Well, don't even say. You can't have those three words in any order. In any order, it's always offensive." She was like, "Oh no, I don't think anyone thinks like that." I'm like, well
that's
no,
the first thing I did when I went to visit Aaron's nan.
First thing I did. So yeah, France is all right.
Did you buy any?
Did what, mate?
Did you buy any?
50 minutes. John, that was 50 minutes. You gotta cut that out as well.
Another one to get rid of. There's a lot to cut out on this one. I'm leaving it all in, Sodges. I don't care.
Well, hey, mate, it doesn't bother me. I've been on best behaviour. Right, so yeah, France was good, wasn't it?
Thanks for listening. You want to find more from us, you can do so on Twitter. I'm at John T. Sparrow.
Oh, I'll go. I'm at the Aaron Hayes. That's the same for Instagrams as well.
And I'm at Jordan O'Grady.
See you next week. Oh, I'm yawning. Bye.
Ta-ra, mate. Bye.
Bye. Are we keeping you up?
Yeah, shagged.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, marié.